चिदाकाशमाकाशवासं भजेऽहम् चिदाकाशमाकाशवासं भजेऽहम् निराकारमोङ्कारभूतं तुरीयम् निराज्ञानगोतीतमीशं गिरीशम् करालं महाकालकालं कृपालम् गुणागारसंसारपारं नतोऽहम् गुणागारसंसारपारं नतोऽहम् तुषाराद्रिसङ्काशगौरं गभीरम् मनोभूतकोटिप्रभाश्री शरीरम् स्फुरन्मौलिकल्लोलिनी चारुगङ्गा लसद्भालमाले कण्ठे भुजङ्गा लसद्भालमाले कण्ठे भुजङ्गा चलत्कुण्डलं भ्रूसुनेत्रं विशालम् प्रसन्नाननं नीलकण्ठं दयालम् मृगाधीशचर्माम्बरं कुण्डमालम् प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि प्रचण्डं प्रकृष्टं प्रगल्भं परेशम् अखण्डं अजं भानुकोटिप्रकाशम् त्रयशूलनिर्मूलनं शूलपाणिम् भजेऽहं भवानी पतिं मावगम्यम् भजेऽहं भवानी पतिं मावगम्यम् कलातीतकल्याणकल्पान्तकारी सदा सज्जनानन्ददाता पुरारी चिदानन्दसन्दोहमोहपहारी प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो मन्मथारी प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो मन्मथारी न यावदुमानाथमादारभि भजन्ति लोके परे वा नराणाम् न तावत् सुखं शान्ति सन्तपनाशम् प्रसीद प्रभो सर्वभूताधिवासम् प्रसीद प्रभो सर्वभूताधिवासम् न जानामि योगं जपं नैव पूजा न तोऽहं सदा सर्वदा शम्भुतुभ्यम् जराजन्म दुःखौ भर्तार्तव्यमानम् प्रभो पाहि आपं मामेश शम्भो प्रभो पाहि आपं मामेश शम्भो नमामि शमीशां निर्वाणरूपम् विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदं स्वरूपम् निजं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहम् चिदाकाशमाकाशवासं भजेऽहम् चिदाकाशमाकाशवासं
Just close your eyes and reduce that fan a little, please. Thank you. Thank you. Shangapadakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Shamaya Yanavastita Tadgatena Manasha Pashyanti Yam Yoginah Yashyantam Navidushura Shravanaha Devaya So, I hope you have a sort of thought over the ideas that we shared the last class. The point that we discussed, how to, in and through every experience of life, you see and be the restfulness, total meditation. As we discussed, that this is something very, very effortless, natural and immediate. I will share some few more thoughts today. I shall share some few more thoughts today, where you can clearly observe how absolute happiness, immortality, restfulness is the natural flow of life. Understand? If you are searching for sound, please think, friends. If you are searching for sound, where do you search for sound? In the realm of silence. Where shall you look for? Please, where shall you look for a disease? In the body of health. You have to look for a disease. You don't look for health. Health is natural, glow. Some organ somewhere has gone crazy. You have to find that one out. You look for the conflict in human life. You do not look for resolution. As long as everybody is comfortable, father, mother, husband, wife, human relationship, everywhere there is the touch of harmony, restfulness, you don't worry about it at all. But the moment there is a hint of misery, pain or conflict, you start looking where, why. So please see that. Conflict is unnatural. Pain, unnatural. Disturbance, unnatural. Disease is unnatural. That is why the moment it comes in our life, we come across this type of situation, we quickly want to get out of it. Happiness, stillness, meditation, changelessness, immortality is a natural aspect of life. Nobody is worried that is alive. You get worried when you get the hint of death. Are you getting that point, please? The hint of death, disease, disharmony comes like a hunger. Hunger comes, hungerlessness always there. But look at life. Even though we are hungerless for longest time of our life in a day, we don't positively, consciously enjoy the hungerlessness. The moment hunger comes in, oh boy, everybody goes crazy, absolutely crazy. Like the moment there is a hint of disharmony, disturbance, conflict in life, everybody, antenna up, struggling to get out of it immediately. But when it goes away, nobody falls back, sits down to enjoy the longest span of resolution. Call it meditation, call it happiness, call it stillness, call it restfulness, whatever you like. Look at yourself. Everybody talks about problems and problems and problems. Nobody ever talks or reflects on the resolution. When two people, how is everything? Everything is fine. Talk ends. How is everything? My business. What happened to business? Got. You got into that mode. Are you getting that point? You get into that mode of problems and conflict, problems and conflict, problems and conflict. In fact, we have been trained from the childhood because our superiors or the teachers or the parents or the elders, they themselves have lived a life like that, always focusing on problem. Resolution, nobody enjoys. Such a long time from morning, you get up, maybe up to your breakfast, you are hungerless. So nice state. Nobody wants to disturb it. Neither you enjoy it. But the moment hunger comes, oh, hungry, hungry. Immediately start. And then that 2 hours, you put the whole thing upside down. Hungry, listen carefully. Hungry does not mean just the physical hunger. Hunger of the body, natural. Whether you are a king or a commoner, sage or a rascal, it just doesn't matter, scoundrel. Young or old, rich or poor, black or white, it doesn't matter. Hunger will come up. And what is that food which will satisfy the hunger? Any food. There is no such thing as this food will satisfy hunger. Is that like that? When you go to a restaurant or you go to the food shop, have you seen in one rack, one shelf it is written, foods that satisfies the hunger? There is no such thing. Every food will satisfy the hunger. But every food doesn't satisfy the hunger of your mind. When the hunger comes, the thought comes, idli will be nice, North Indian breakfast will be nice, European breakfast will be nice. So you come to the restaurant or come to a place looking for a European breakfast and you get a South Indian breakfast. Your hunger goes away, but you are hungry inside. Are you getting that point, please? See that point. And when these thoughts are coming up, you are totally restless. There are times when you are not aware of your restlessness at all. Please tell me, what is that you encounter more in life? If you are little conscious, in a daytime, hungerlessness is longer time, but the hunger disturbs you. If you observe also, you shall see, conflicts are not that many. Until you create a conflict, usually the person is restful, usually. But we have not been talked about it. Nobody discusses it. We discuss our problems, we never discuss the resolution. That is why the other day I was telling you, in every experience, friends, please appreciate, in every experience there is meditation. Do not, please, make meditation an isolated, special, spiritual or religious experience. Your being with yourself in total harmony, in meditation, is a natural state. That is why when you are in that state, nobody struggles to wriggle out of it. Have you seen anybody in life who says, I don't know what to do, but last whole week I have been so peaceful? Have you ever seen anybody? Have you ever seen anybody talking nonsense? Have you ever seen somebody telling, last whole week has been so restless, so agitating, you can't believe it. I am always miserable. Does anybody talk like that? No. Because that is a natural state. And in every experience, you are experiencing the meditation. You are being with yourself. I'll give a simple example and make it. Please appreciate, friends. Very, 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 very simple. Please see. Seeing, listen carefully. Seeing is continuous, right or wrong? Seeing is continuous. But seeing a flower is not continuous. Are you getting that? Seeing an object is not continuous. Are you getting the difference? Seeing is continuous. But seeing the sky, seeing the flowers, seeing the trees, that's not continuous. What you see is not continuous. Are you getting that point, please? What you see is not continuous, but seeing is continuous. Listening is continuous. Now you are listening to my talk. I stop. You are listening to the crows. They stop. Sounds will stop, but listening doesn't stop. Are you getting that point, please? Listening doesn't stop. Seeing doesn't stop. Tasting stops now because we are talking, we are not putting any food in. The tasting has stopped. What you taste, that food taste has stopped, but tasting, that capacity is there. You are continuously, the smell is there, but until the fragrance reaches, you don't say that I am smelling. Just you can see, seeing is continuous, listening is continuous, but what you listen, that is not continuous. What you see, that is not continuous. Now shift your attention to your thoughts. Being conscious is continuous, but being conscious of a thought is not continuous because the thought disappears. Are you getting that point, please? You are experiencing your thoughts. Listen, you are experiencing your thought. How do you experience your thought? Experiencing the thought is not physical. Eyes do not see your thought. Ears do not hear your thought. Tongue doesn't taste your thought. Nose doesn't smell your thought. Skin doesn't touch your thought. So the thought experience is not physical. Are you getting that point? The thought experience is not physical. Thought you are conscious of. You are conscious of the thought. You are experiencing your thought. When you say experiencing your thought, you are conscious of your thought. As much you are conscious of your thought, that much you are conscious of your listening a sound, seeing a form, tasting something. In all the experiences of seeing, tasting, hearing, touching, or even thinking, there is one thing common: you are conscious. What has happened in life is, what we experience have become more important than we experience. What you see, please take it for yourself. What you see has become more important than you see. What is more important? What you see or that by which you see? What is more important? That which you hear or that by which you hear? If it comes, either you stop listening to the sound or I shall cut off your ear. What shall you say? Cut off the sound, but not your ear. Take away the sights, but not your eyes. That by which you see is more important than what you see. Same way, thoughts. Now suppose it so happens, somebody shall tell you, you shall go crazy mentally, your thoughts will be crazy. You want to lose a sense organ? Or do you want to, by chance there is a choice between losing your sense organ and losing your mind. Which one will you choose? If there is a choice, it doesn't matter the eyes are lost, let it be there, but mind should be nice. Are you getting it? You don't want to lose your mind. That is why the blind is still conscious. There are genius blind people, genius deaf people, genius people, like their senses might not be all right. Like that Stephen Hawkins, the scientist was there. What type of life is that? Physically, totally disabled. But what a brilliant mind. You don't want to lose your mind. What does it mean? You don't want to be unconscious. Every thought you must be watching. So as when outside, what you see is important, but not more important than your eyes by which you see. What you hear is important, but not more important than the ears by which you hear. Your thinking is important. Your thoughts are important, without which you cannot function. But that by which you think, that remains the same. In whose presence you are thinking consciousness. Now please tell me, listen carefully, do you search for the objects to be seen, or do you search for your eyes? You don't have to search for your eyes, it's already there. You have to search for things that you want to see. You don't have to search for your ear, your capacity to listen. You search for the sound, what music, what type of sound I shall like to hear. You don't search for your tongue, you search for food, for the taste. Same way inside. Please, do you need to search for a thought, or do you need to search for consciousness? You look for a thought, you wait for a thought, but do not wait for consciousness. That is why that this consciousness, yourself being who you are, always in meditation, always in meditation. Meditation is not sought for. Meditation is effortless. Like, do you search for space or do you search for a form? You don't go from countries to countries, from place to place in search of space. You go in search of mountains, landscape. You want a desert landscape. Are you getting that? You want a desert landscape, you want a mountain landscape, you want a river landscape, you want a jungle landscape. Different types of landscapes, but you do not search for space. You do not go to see for space. You search for different types of thoughts, emotions, perceptions, sensations, but you do not go for different types of consciousnesses. Yourself always in meditation. That is why self-knowledge, self-awareness. Long before you appreciate anything in this universe, please, from our childhood onwards, we have been introduced to what to see, what to hear, what to touch, that we should be rich, that we should not be poor, that we should be fat or lean, that we should be, educated or uneducated. But nobody introduces us to be who we are. That is where the whole problem has started in life. Please think, friends, why people struggle. What is that we have been given importance in our life? Please tell me. Are you given importance for who you are or what you have? A simple example, you can take that. When you see a person, what do? You give your visiting card. What does that visiting card tell you? That visiting card tells what job he has. Are you getting that point? What job he has, what a position he occupies, what a degree he has, what type of bank balance maybe he has in case it is there, what is the type of house he has, depending on which locality the person is living. All that the little stupid paper shows is all that he has. It never talks about who he is. Suppose somebody writes down, who is the gentleman, who is this gentleman or lady? Scoundrel, angry, short temper. That is in your visiting card, it is there. Local dada, rascal, angry, short-tempered, jealous. How many people look at you? If you say who you are, everybody shall run from you. So everybody, very impressive biodata. Impressive thing printed in that visiting card. And all that you have written is total lies. Is all about what you have, nothing about who you are. Right or wrong? Nothing about who you are. In marriages they advertise. What do they advertise? All that they have. 6 feet 4 inches. That height that you have. Boy or a girl. The gender, the sex, the gender that you have, boy or a girl. Where is your surety? Tomorrow you change your boy to be a girl, to change a girl to be a boy or a transgender. Anything you can do. Think of it. All that you have. The degree that you have. The job that you have, 6-figure salary. The green card holder, the citizenship that you have, everything that is advertised in the marriage is all about what you have. After marriage you discover who she is or who he is. That is the time too late. Already too late. Think, man. Please tell me, what is easier? To be who you are or to wait for something to have in order to define yourself? Very subtle. That is why when we are born as children, nobody gives us the importance to us for as we are. But always everybody will say, be somebody. That means now you are nobody. Understand? You are just not nobody. You are everything, everybody. That is the self, the awareness, you are the self, which you have been seeing for years. You see that. Who you are is more important than what you have. Because for you to have something, you must be. But for you to be, what should you have? To search for something, listen carefully, to search for something, your physical body must be there. You are searching for it. Are you searching for your body? You are searching for an identity. Listen carefully. Searching for an identity. Education, educated you are. If a job, job you are. Searching for an identity. Are you searching for yourself? Consciousness in whose presence you are searching for an identity? That is never there. That is why, friends, it is so important that you first get introduced to yourself. Reason? Already 3 days have passed. Sunday we had the class. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days have gone. Think, friends. 3 days have gone. Ask yourself, in these 3 days, what changes have taken place in yourself? What changes have taken place? Very simple, please observe. In 3 days, what has happened to you? What changes have taken place in you? When you say what changes have taken place, you shall look for, suppose I ask you, please give me a list of changes that has taken place in your life. What shall you do? First, if you are a systematic person, you shall look at the world which you occupy, your village or your city. Anything has happened significant? No. All right. You, in that city, you have a house. Anything has happened in that house? No. Anything has happened to my father, brother, mother, sister, anybody? No. Anything significant has happened to my physical body 3 days before now? No. In my mind, too many changes. To give an example, 2 things happened in these last 3 days. Day before yesterday, please, day before yesterday, I got a phone call. One of my cousin brothers in my village, is almost same age as mine, healthy, hearty, everything is good. Goes for a morning walk, returns, and there is a little pain in the abdomen. So see the change is happening. But that pain was not there until that day. 60 plus years person, never had that. So that change is happening. Please see that happen. Immediately you look for something, maybe kidney problem, something somewhere, you take a little, maybe a stone, kidney stone, so take some medicine, cover it up. Evening, there's blood in the urine. Oh God, what is this? Maybe stone. They take for the CT scan, because your eyes cannot see, instruments will see that. So instrument sees what all changes have taken place internally. And when you see that, inside the kidney, there is a growth which is the size of the kidney. Did it happen suddenly? The changes are continuously taking place, but you are not aware. Listen carefully. And then, emergency admission for the whole night preparation for the thing. Next morning, go for the operation. One kidney has to be removed. Mother is not well, my sister is not well, wife is not well, brother, everybody is disturbed and everything. Listen carefully. All the changes have taken place. Never you expected these changes will happen. Please. What all happened in your life now changes? Your world did not change, meaning your country, your state did not change, your house did not change, your people did not change. In your physical body, there is a change. Your memory is little addition. Now this is going to happen. But one thing remains changeless is you, in whose presence you are conscious of all your changing thoughts, changing body, changing world. And the next incident was, yesterday it happened, yesterday morning it happened. One of my very close relative person, known person, his mother had only 8 brothers and 2 sisters. Those days, 11 people in that family. The last brother, 50 plus, was going to the office. Taking his motorbike in the car, he is going. Please see the human interest and your own your life stories. The person was going. And when there was a telephone call, so he takes the motorcycle to the roadside, parks the motorcycle, removes that helmet, takes the cell phone from the hand and talks to him. What else can he do to take protection? Very much, not on the road, not while driving, talking. No, very responsible person. Goes to the side, be on the left side completely, and picks up the phone, removes the helmet, talks. Suddenly from nowhere, a SUV, Scorpio, comes, boom, drags him dead. Think. Dead. How to all changes happens in that world, think of it. What is happening in life is every moment, ask yourself, what has happened to you for last 3 days? Listening to all the 2 incidents, what shall you say? Lucky, alive. Why? That kidney victim could have been you. That man driving there could have been you. Right or wrong? Anywhere, any person. Every one of us, Ayur nashyati pashyatam pratidinam yati kshayam yauvanam. Ayur nashyati pashyatam. As when you are looking at everything in this universe, Ayur nashyati, the life ebbing out. Pratidinam yati kshayam yauvanam. Every day, yauvanam kshayam yati. The youth ebbs out, life passes out. Lakshmi toya taranga bhanga chapala vidyuchalam jivitam. Lakshmi, the prosperity, toya taranga bhanga chapala, as brittle as the rising and falling of waves. Today you are in the top, tomorrow you are in the bottom. Now you are the richest man, tomorrow you are the poorest person. The stock market collapses, cyber crime, everything is finished. Vidyuchalam jivitam. Living is as fragile and brittle and like a flash of a lightning. Now here, oh, yesterday only saw. Yesterday is a long time. Just finished talking, next moment he met with an... The person to whom the other person was talking in the phone, what will be he listening? He's talking, then suddenly it is cut off and he's being dragged and dead. What would have happened to the other person? Imagine, friends. Vidyuchalam jivitam. Lakshmi toya taranga bhanga chapala vidyuchalam jivitam. Tasmatvam saranagatam saranada raksha. Therefore, O Lord, the person prays, since everything is continuously changing and dying, please protect me. How will you protect it? Listen carefully. Because what is that something changing? That which in the realm of changes shall continue to change and you have absolutely no control over it. But you have to discover one thing, what is that something which is changing in me and what is that something which is changeless in me? The world is continuously changing. Think, the world is continuously changing. Observe. The world is continuously changing. That is why the name in the Sanskrit is Jagat. Jayate, Gacchati, Tisthati iva. Born, moving, changing, existing as though for some time. For some time it is existing. Tisthati iva, as though existing for some time. Then goes on changing. And then you can look at your own physical body. What has happened? From an egg and a sperm to a huge body in 8 months, then come back, growing. Chayate, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshate, vinasyati iti. It is now born, growing, metamorphosed, aging, decaying, and ultimately the physical body finished. It will be finished, no choices. Is it to frighten the person? No. Recognize the changes so that you can make best use of the changes. Because you cannot escape change and death. Ajivan, listen carefully, you cannot escape change and death, ajivan you cannot escape the changeless, deathless immortality. Because that is where, listen friend, this is where comes our scriptures, our Upanishads are so beautiful. They are not to frighten you with changing and death, changes and death. There where you are seeing the change, in the same place there is changeless death. How can it be both in same place? How can the change and changeless in same place? How can the death in deathless same place? Okay. Where are you standing? In the ashram. Are you standing in Udandi? Yes. Are you standing in Madras? Yes. Tamil Nadu? Yes. Are you standing in Chennai? Yes. Tamil Nadu? Yes. Are you standing in India? Yes. Are you standing in the earth? Yes. Are you standing in the solar system? Yes. Are you standing in the galaxy? Yes. Are you standing in the universe? Yes. So where are you standing? In ashram or in the universe? As a part of the universe, listen carefully, can your body be disintegrated outside the universe? Always part of the universe. But this is just an unconscious, inert existence. When you think of the consciousness with one physical body, if it is an individual, the total physical universe, it is known as the Ishvara. Therefore, at any time, the same place where you see a physical body, the same place there is Ishvara. The same place where you see the changes and death, your body is changing, Your sense organs are changing and aging, your organs of action changing and aging, your thoughts are changing and aging. At the same spot, you are the changeless, deathless consciousness yourself, Shivoham Shivoham. So that is where comes the knowledge, the wisdom, where the person, please, our whole tradition, whole scripture is so beautiful. It is not there to point out your helplessness. It is there to point out how glorious we are. We don't need to be told by a teacher, listen carefully, we don't need to be told by a teacher that I am a mortal. I don't need to be told by a friend that one day the body will die. Everybody knows. That is why Shastra is something we should tell you, avadhita, anadhigata, avadhita, jnanajanakam shastram. So the scripture is something which shall tell you something which you have not gained from any other place. You can't get it from any other source. The physics, chemistry, mathematics book will not tell you that you are infinity absolute. That will not tell you that. And you don't come to scripture and the teacher, a wise man, to know that you are a mortal. I know it. You don't go to a religion to say that everything is different, that everything is one. So that is what you come to discover in this knowledge. And what is that something which remains ever the same in myself? What is that something which remains ever the same? So in a 2-3 days time, think of it. Just in 2 days, look at yourself. From yesterday to today, what has happened to you? Or what all things that you have? What has happened to those things what you have? You have your riches. What happened to them? Okay, that is also changing. Maybe yesterday the house was there, today it is sold. Yesterday this physical body was there, same body is there, but suddenly there is a little disease has come or some problem has come. Changes in the thought is not yesterday, today, from moment to moment. From moment to moment you are changing. Are you getting? That is why it is so important, friends. You observe yourself. You observe yourself. Your thoughts are continuously changing. But how do you recognize a continuously changing thought? Unless you are in the changeless substratum awareness, like a road. The road never moves. Vehicles move on the road. The road never moves. The space never moves. Spacecraft moves in space. Consciousness, yourself, the awareness, never moves. Your thoughts move. Your thoughts change. Your body is changing. The dying, changing body, moving within, changing within, deathless, changeless awareness that you are. Who you are is deathless, changeless. But what do we do, people, friends? What do we do? All time of life, we are least interested in ourselves, but we are always taking care of the other things that we have. How do you feel, friends? Please tell me. How do you feel? When somebody says, many people complain, around the world, many people will complain, Swamiji, you don't know, nobody loves me. Everybody is matlabi. You know, in Hindi they will say matlabi. You know, he never likes me. He likes me for my money. He likes me for my job. He likes me for my wealth. He likes me for my beauty. Nobody loves me for who I am. Is it really so much? What about yourself? Do you love yourself for who you are or what you have? Why do you take the best care of your house? Impressive, right? Why do you take best care of your car, vehicle? Because through that you are known. Why do you take the best care of your appearance in the physical body, the dresses and everything? Why do you want to educate it? So that you want to impress everybody with the things that you have, and you forget all the things that you are taking care of, you cannot maintain it as it is. Your body shall grow old. How much you may say, I am 90-year-old young, your body is useless. Think of it. How much you may say that I was a PhD, but that PhD has no relevance now. Everything that you are holding on to shall continuously change. Only one thing that will not change is you, who you are. As long as you are looking at yourself through things that you have, that long you shall feel fragile. You are looking at yourself through your house. You will kill yourself to keep it better. You are looking at yourself through your job, through your money. You will give your life to, destroy yourself to, protect it. But you cannot protect it. That is why they say, when you call up the wealth, arjane dukkham, rakshane dukkham, nashe dukkham. The wealth, when you are dying, arjane dukkham, to earn it, very difficult. Rakshane dukkham, to protect it, very difficult. Nashe dukkham, when it goes away, also difficult. Even if that is left out, you are not there to enjoy it, dukkham. Why people, especially person who is rich and powerful, will find it very difficult to die. Poor man, already frustrated, is okay. There is no difference between living and dying, so it's all right to die. But the person who has got everything, they will not like to die because leaving behind everything, no. So all that you have is so fragile. Whereas who you are is continuously existing. So that is what the Upanishads will tell you as to who you are. Not only things that you possess are fragile, but things that you experience also fragile. All that you, not only things that you have, your body, your wealth, your position, your thoughts, they are fragile, but all that you experience also is fragile. All that you are seeing is fragile. Not only the flowers will change, your eyes also are losing capacity to see. You can be best eye doctor, you can be blind. You can be best ear doctor, you can be deaf. You can be best heart doctor, you shall die of a cardiac surgeon, cardiac seizure, cardiac arrest. You can be the best brain doctor, you can be finished. Don't worry about it. You can be best psychologist, psychotherapist, but you can go crazy, insane. Because you must know about yourself. So today what has happened is, we are knowing more and more about things that we have, but not many people know things who they are. That is why you can see in a people relationship many times break down. Do you know why? This morning I was talking to somebody. One person asked me a question. Why is it that Swamiji, these many relationships always break down? I said, very simple thing. You want to maintain a relationship? Just find out. You want to maintain a relationship? If you want to maintain a good relationship with people, first ask yourself a question. Do you have, listen carefully, do you have a good relationship with your memories? Please think of it. Go back home and think of it. Do you have a good relationship with your own memories? If you don't have a good relationship with your memories, suppose you have got painful memories, somebody cheated me, somebody took me for a ride, somebody I was very angry or frustrated or jealous. If suppose you are suffering like that, you shall like to relate to people not because you are a happy person, but you are looking for escaping from your unhappiness. You are looking for relationship is not because you are very comfortable with yourself, but because you are uncomfortable, you are looking for somebody with whom you can forget your misery. Are you getting that point, please? Suppose the person reminds you of your misery all the time, will you be friendly with him? Definitely not. The moment your thought is there persecuting you, if your thought is persecuting you, that is the time you take up nice hobbies. You want to listen to some music, watch a movie, watch a, sort of a drama, dance, what is that, sunrise, sunset, different types of places. Why? Abba, so that the thoughts are completely forgotten. Ask yourself, are you comfortable with your own self? You will be surprised to see you are not very comfortable with your own thoughts. When you are not comfortable with your own thought, how are you going to be comfortable with other people's thought? Are you getting that point, please? If you are not comfortable with your own thought, other person can invoke some problem in you. He can remind you, you are a poor man, uneducated person, you don't have all these things. That is why you shall not be friendly with those people who shall remind you of your poverty, who shall remind you of your failure, who shall remind you of your old age, who shall remind you of your disappointments in life. You will not like to go there. Why people, just think, why do people exchange ring during the marriage? Happy occasion. When you see the thing, she was nice, he is nice. When you divorce, do you keep it? When you are divorced, do you keep those rings? Why? What happened? Because if you look at that ring, that will remind you, oh, what a bad dream. Throw. Why do you remove things from your house? If you look at that, you will remember, Vanda, I don't want to do that. So whichever something reminds you, which you don't want to be reminded of, he or she cannot be your friend. But suppose you are a person, you are comfortable with all your memories. Your own memories are beautiful. You love your memories because it's your memories. From my childhood until now, what all has happened is fantastic. Who shall bother you? For somebody, are you getting that point? For somebody to torture you, to offend you, to humiliate you, must put a thought in your head. And you are comfortable with every thought. How are they going to bother you? Please tell me, friends. Impossible. Because that is where you discover. If somebody is talking to me about certain thing, that is why this morning I was talking to this gentleman. You want to maintain a beautiful relationship? As even you are comfortable with your own mind, you shall be very comfortable with many people. Absolutely no problem. To the extent you have certain problems with your own thinking, those thoughts will be taboo thoughts for you. Other people cannot talk about that. But if you are a person, for you there is no taboo. There is no such thing as a bad or good or right or wrong or condemned fellow, sage or saint. No, everything is beautiful, everything is divine. Who I am is who everybody is. Those things you have seen it elaborately. Once you see that, nothing matters to you. But suppose the other person, you become friendly. And then what happens? It happens in marriages. Before you marry, you are already 20-year-old, 25-year-old, 30-year-old. So 30 years of memories you have with yourself, which the other person has not shared with you. Right or wrong? You are marrying a person who is, you are already 30, the other person is 25, let us say, or 30. It doesn't matter, you take it for. That means you have lived a life of which the other person is not the part of your memory. Now what do you do? Will you share all your memories of 30 years to the person with whom you are married? Ask yourself. Will you share every memory, your childhood? First thing, you don't remember everything, and it is not necessary to share it either. But suppose you are in a big, elaborate, very generous mood, then you say, before I met you, I had, one or two boyfriends in the school or one or two girlfriends in the school. In your moment you may tell that, but you don't understand what you are doing. The person will be saying, yes, that doesn't matter now. What matters is now. My, what philosophy. What matters is now. What you heard is in the realm of past. Just forget it. It doesn't mean anything. That is spoken. What is unspoken is quietly filing those 2 boyfriends she had. Okay. 2 girlfriends she had. Oh, okay. So that is quietly filed. After a few days, when your fireworks die down, the lights dim, and the love is now not a honey but a honeybee, stinging you, that is the time you shall remember. Where from you getting that call? Why your telephone rings at 11 o'clock night? Can I see your phone call? What are the details? What details are there? What are the details? Who all are called? Can I have a look at it? See, I am a very free person. I can show you already deleted calls. So, see, I am a phone. You can see my phone because you have prepared for that, because it has been killing you. So you have deleted the calls. So now you can see my phone. There is nothing. How come there is nothing? So last 10 days you have not talked to anybody, because you are an idiot. You don't know how to even delete. No, think, friends. You want to maintain a relationship? Know what is made you to know. Whatever information the other person is giving, you take it for that. You go to a person, sir, what is your job? He is not interested in talking about job. Why are you probing? But some people are like that. They call, they are a pumping station. They have to pump everybody to get the information. What is your job? What are you doing? And all these things. Suppose they say that, what will happen? Job. You got what type of job? How much money you are getting? What is your bank account? How much gold you have got? What land? Will you give all these informations? If the person doesn't want to give his private information, respect it. If you want to maintain a relationship, if you are probing like a, what is that, mosquito proboscis, he has to take your blood, you are probing information, you will be in trouble because the person will be disappointed. He will not give you all information, she will not give you all information, why should he see? Whatever my friend shares with me, that is much I want to know. He shares 5 rupees with me, 5 rupees. He has got 5 billion, how does it matter to me? You shall be a good friend. But if you are getting that point, if you are probing, how much money you have got? Which land you have got? What places you have got? What all things you all did? What all places you visited? What all places you have got land? How many cars you have got? Hey, why are you digging all this? Why do you like strangers? Because they don't know anything about you, you don't know anything about them. Whatever they said, yes, bas. Whereas the people with the past, especially your husband, your wife, the worst enemies. Your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, worst enemies. There are 8 billion people in this world. Only 8 people are your worst enemies. Rest, wonderful. All the strangers will get best treatment from you, but not your brother. Have you seen that, sir? Never. Why? Memories. And you create your bad memories by trying to probe into other person's life. Whatever the other person says, that's what it is. Finish. You insist, no, you must tell me. Do you, the most important question that idiots will ask in this relationship is, do you really love me? Tell me you love me. To that insecure fool, you should ask, tell me, do you love yourself? The person has never thought of it, and he can never answer. Oh, you love me for my youth, for my beauty, for my money. What about you? Do you love yourself for who you are or what you have? You also love yourself for your beauty, for your wealth. Suppose your wealth goes away, you will hate yourself. A person who is secured within himself. Understand, friends. And God's grace, the beauty of this knowledge is each one of us are blessed with that presence. Call it divine, call it infinity, call it absolute, call it happiness, call it Brahman, call it Atma, call it Chetana. Everyone who we are, flawless. What we have has its limitation. Once you recognize yourself for who you are, the Absolute, then what happens is, everything that you have becomes enjoyment. Like in every perception, please, we shall see that next class on Sunday, in every perception there is meditation. Please do not make meditation a spiritual, religious, extraordinary experience. Don't make enlightenment as something extraordinary. Knowing yourself is the simplest of the simple, and it comes within whatever you have, in that it is already there. Just like, friends, can you look for your body inside your dress? Your hundreds of dresses are there. Dresses will be discarded. What about your body? You are with it. Hundreds of thoughts, memories, like dresses, forgotten, discarded, dismissed, go away, cannot be there. Not the self-consciousness. Should you have to, as you don't have to search for your body through your dresses, you don't have to search for the self through the dresses of thoughts, emotions of all kinds. And once you know that about yourself, you know the best thing about everybody and everybody. Love yourself for who you are, love everybody for who they are. What they have, don't try to probe. It will not work. Close your eyes. See that, friends, just at this moment. Our class comes to an end. I don't speak anymore. Your thoughts also cannot last forever. Like the sound outside. No sound can linger forever. Silence you cannot dismiss. No form can linger forever. Formless, always there. Your memories cannot linger forever. Awareness, always there. With your sense organ comes your sensation. With ears you hear. Sensations begin. Whereas your happiness, yourself, is not a sensation, not a thought. That never comes to an end. Perceptions begin and end. Sensations begin and end. Your thoughts, memories begin and end. You, awareness, call it Chetana, Self, Atma, always remains the same. Don't have to search for it. You have to search for a rule. Hold on to a rule, because it shall disappear. Yourself neither need to search for, nor you need to protect. You are who you are. At all times to come. Thank you, friends. Thank you.